I cannot believe that almost 10 years ago, we were introduced to Guardians of the Galaxy. Man, I'm going to miss this team so much. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the third and I believe the final installment of the Guardians of the Galaxy, at least with this iteration of the team. And once again, this is written and directed by James Gunn. And by the way, this is going to be a complete spoiler for your review. So if you're worried if I'm going to say anything, do not worry, you're going to stay with me. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we once again follow the titular team as after parts of a Guardians member's past resurfaces, the team must go on a mission to defend that Guardian. However, if the team fails that mission, the team just might dissolve. I'm a massive fan of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and in fact, it is still in my top 4 favorite MCU films. And Volume 2 is a movie that, while I still don't love like that first movie, I have grown to appreciate it more and more over time. When I heard that this was going to be the final Guardians film that James Gunn was going to write and direct, and it was going to be the final film that was going to feature this iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy, I was very excited, especially knowing that this was in my top 3 most anticipated movies of the entire year and of really, should I say, the whole summer. And guys, I'm so happy to say that not only is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 absolutely incredible, and while I do need to rewatch, at the time of recording this review, it just might be my favorite of the Guardians movies. All of the performances here are absolutely fantastic. I mean, there is not a single weak link of the entire film, whether it's Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Palm Clementiev, not to mention as well Maria Bakalova, Sean Gunn, Will Poulter, and also Chut Woody, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering his name, but he plays the High Evolutionary. Everybody here is absolutely fantastic. One performance in particular that I have to single out is, of course, Chud Woody. Again, I am so sorry if I butcher your name, but he plays the High Evolutionary, the villain. And by the way, in case if you guys haven't seen Peacemaker, go check it out. It's one of my favorite shows I've seen in a long time. But my God, he does such a phenomenal job as the High Evolutionary. And don't get me wrong, too, guys. Do I think this performance as the High Evolutionary will go down as the best performance in the MCU's history, better than, let's say, Loki, Thanos, or even should I mention as well, oh my God, who am I forgetting? Killmonger from Black Panther. I don't think he's going to go that high, but I do think that his performance as the High Evolutionary was ruthless. He was very intimidating, and every time he was on screen, my God, he gives one hell of a performance and a scary performance. Something else that I must talk about is the writing and directing by James Gunn. And I gotta tell you all right now, out of all 3 Guardians films, this is easily the strongest that James Gunn's writing and directing has been, at least in my eyes. Now, one could probably argue that the first Guardians film might be the best thing that he's done out of this trilogy. If someone told me that they thought that Volume 1 was his best work of the trilogy, I wouldn't disagree with them, but personally for me, I felt like that his work on Volume 3 was him at his most raw, his most vulnerable, and him just putting it out there, and it clearly shows with a storyline to which, don't worry again, no spoilers, but a storyline in this movie that goes darker, more mature, more brutal, and it's just a storyline that took me in places that I was not expecting, and not to mention, it is a very emotional film that definitely hits the beats that it needs to hit. There is a particular part of this movie, guys, where I cried. I was in tears. It wouldn't stop coming out, and the climax, and I should say the ending of this scene, I absolutely lost it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in terms of story is a lot to take in, and I do think that additional viewing will help me. I already know what I feel about this movie, but I definitely feel that an additional viewing will help me soak in more of the story details, because this movie is 2.5 hours long. And I will say, though, right now, when it came down to the runtime, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, at least in my eyes, sped right through that time I was ever bored. I was always engaged. When it comes to the MCU, one of the things a lot of people say is that when it comes to other MCU films is that they're always burdened by having a connect to another MCU film. And that brings me onto one of the things that I absolutely love about Guardians Volume 3, and that is that out of all the films of the MCU, and at least the past, I want to say, 2, maybe 3 years, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, out of all the films, feels like the most standalone Marvel film. Like, you do not have to watch Thor: Love and Thunder or No Way Home or any of the Disney Plus specials or all the TV shows. Now, I do recommend you watch Volume 1 and 2, absolutely, because it is all one trilogy. But in terms of the whole overarching story of the MCU, the good thing is that you didn't have to watch a single one of the other MCU films and other standing, maybe Avengers Infinity War, due to what happens in Infinity War. I enjoyed Shang-Chi. Actually, I love Shang-Chi. I love No Way Home. But after those films like Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, Wakanda Forever, Love and Thunder, even though I enjoy those 3 films, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the film that after 2 years of MCU films that I have walked away not only wholly satisfied, but I walked away just feeling like I had watched a great MCU film and a great comic film in general. The film's action is not only surprisingly brutal, but it's so visceral. And in particular, there is an incredible sequence in this film that had me on the edge of my seat. I was smiling, I was giggling, and it's easily by far some of the best action of the MCU. And I'm going to go that far by saying that because the action in this film is absolutely amazing, and it goes into different directions, like with the storyline that I was not expecting. Something else I gotta talk about are Guardians Volume 3's incredible visual effects. I mean, holy shit. The visual effects in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 are so fucking incredible. The visual effects in Volume 3 are some of the best visual effects that the MCU has done in a long time. Like, the visuals in this movie are absolutely outstanding. Something else in particular that I must talk about, and you guys saw this coming, and I know you guys are going to ask me about this. How is Awesome X Volume 3? Awesome X Volume 3 is absolutely incredible, and I know you guys are probably going to ask, how's it compared to Volume 1? Volume 3 is so damn good that I believe it's neck and neck with Volume 1, and no joke to you guys, the moment I got back home from the screening, I pre-ordered Volume 3 immediately. It is that good. And John Murphy's score, by the way, is absolutely amazing for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The issues that I have for Volume 3 aren't really issues, as they're more like nitpicks, but the nitpicks I have for Volume 3, there are 2 characters in this film that I wish had a bit more screen time, but otherwise, guys, when it comes to my overall thoughts, guys, on Volume 3, I absolutely loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, despite the nitpicks that I have, but the nitpicks I have for this movie are so minute compared to the love I have for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I absolutely loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It is easily one of my favorite films there, and I am absolutely going to give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 a 5 out of 5. I cannot praise this movie enough, guys. I've been telling my friends and my family about the praise I have for this movie. Go to this movie this weekend, guys. It is a brilliant ending, and it's just an overall great film. Go check it out, guys, especially in IMAX. So comment down below and let me know. Are you guys looking forward to Volume 3? Are you not looking forward to the film? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm also on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames in the description below. I hope you enjoyed my review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click on the right there or right there. And of course, the Mike's review goes live. I'll see you all next time.